Honestly, I have no good reason for watching this. I remember seeing posters, DVD covers for Coyote Ugly in like blockbusters or Hollywood videos back when I was a kid, and yeah, that was a formative experience for me. I've never watched the movie, so I figured now would be as good a time as any. Um, I'm a bit nervous because the credits to this aren't the greatest. The movie is directed by David McNally. I've never heard of him, but apparently he also directed Kangaroo Jack, which is alarming. The movie is also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who is an enemy to cinema. Anyways, yeah, let's watch Coyote Ugly. And before we get started, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. Ooh, Touchstone? Wow. We're really going back. 9/11 changed a lot of things for America. Jesus, the soundtrack. Apparently this was ghostwritten as well by Kevin Smith, which, like 90s, late 90s Kevin Smith, it's a double-edged sword.
When someone comes through that door,
Ooh, Maria Bella is also in this movie. She had a great 2000s. She was in History of Violence, of course, opposite Viggo Mortensen.
I got it, folks. I got the first autograph. Well, it's on our way to the wall.
And John Goodman as well.
20
Awesome.
years of girls leaving town.
This is like what becoming a fan of movies and TV really is. It's watching movies that feature people, or TV shows featuring people that you'll know and recognize 20 years later, but not know them when you first watch them. Like Melanie Linsky in this. DP, Amir, Mockery. Look at all these white people. This is the golden era that conservatives keep talking about.
Look at this. 4 people killed last night in New York.
Ooh, dangerous New York.
They say the handrails on the subway system could one day lead to an outbreak of plague.
Dad.
We were allowed to say all sorts of shit about New York before 2001. They live in New Jersey. 90s scores, wow. I know this is 2000s, but really it's 90s. We'll view this as like a pre-9/11 era movie in so many ways.
Love you.
Put some pepper spray in your purse. Even if you're not sure, just start spraying.
A lot of coverage was needed for this one hug scene.
You know, you're not alone, Mr. Sanford.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 different setups? I wasn't counting that closely. How many shots are we gonna have with the American flag? Okay, they're on the Lower East Side. Apparently, Chinese people are really frightening. Come on! And it's gotta have the red paint because they're in Chinatown, I guess.
What do you think?
I think that would cost $2,600 a month these days.
From the looks of this place, I'd say this is our emergency. Well,
This looks like the exact same set as the Mark Wahlberg movie, The Corruptors. It's the apartment that he lives in with his dad, played by Brian Cox.
so
Tell me how I can help you, please.
Look at this.
I am dying to make your dreams come true.
I know exactly what notes they gave to this actress. Look at the blue undertones to this movie. I don't know why, but from a bunch of 90s movies that I've seen, a real trend of blue undertones to the movie. This, especially on Feature on this channel, this Metro, I didn't end up publishing it, but how Stella got her groove back. God, this is a nostalgia trip.
Let me ask, figured as the manager of a club like this, you must know every band on the East Coast.
The manager. You guys go ahead, I'll catch up. Sure thing, Mr. O'Donnell.
What is this called? Rape by deception?
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Is there a reason we just walked in a circle? Are you lost?
I'm not lost.
That happens to me all the time downtown. I would feel that embarrassed about it, and I have GPS.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, it's a sweet and innocent thing. It did me in.
Good night, Kevin.
Just for the record.
She smiled, so that's a soft yes.
Next up, we have a young lady named Violet Sanford. So let's put our
Arlene's
hands together.
Grocery? I was thinking, I've heard some karaoke there before. That would make sense for her being on, like, the Lower East Side. Oh, this is just gonna be me doing all New York, like, references. I understood that reference.
Don't tease me, honey. Say. Come on, give her a break.
I'm sorry. Hey, how much is a slice of pie?
Oh,
It's on the house.
we happen to have the best French apple in town. And, it's on the house.
Kevin! Kevin! You could do better.
Turn up. There you go. There you go. Oh, no. Girl, what are you doing? Remember this?
See, I usually don't expect, like, native New Yorkers to be doing this. Like, definitely if you're from somewhere else.
You know those girls?
They work at the Coyote Ugly.
Coyotes.
Yes, after a night of dancing, what you would love to do is dance in a public area once again. Oh, that's where, that's in, like, the meatpacking district. That's right by the whatever walkway. Where was Coyote Ugly historically?
What are you doing here?
I'm gonna drop this case. Where do you want me to put it?
That depends. What do you want?
Is that Allie? Is that the actress from Heroes? No, that's Maria Bello, obviously.
Piedmont, North Dakota.
Apparently there isn't a Piedmont, North Dakota. There's a Piedmont, South Dakota.
And so the last thing I need is some waitress on a power trip wasting my time.
You fucked up now, music. Oh, she kind of looks like Kristen Stewart when she smiles like that.
I'm giving you an audition. Don't be late, Jersey girl.
I don't mean to
Kevin
press my
Smith
luck,
line.
but
The average male is walking around with a toddler inside of his pants. A 2-year-old right there inside his dockers.
That's also a Kevin Smith line. Weird to imagine that you have a toddler dick in your pants. The blonde was in Deadwood? When? Who was she in Deadwood? I think that shot was in all the ads.
I'd like you to meet my new girl.
The Cammy Jersey.
Would anyone like to buy her a drink?
I mean, if you've got the mid-drift, might as well make a movie while you still got it. That's my feeling, at least. This is the 90s idea of multiculturalism. Oh my god. I mean, I know Tyra's a model and stuff, but she has great isolation skills. I actually doubt that she's doing the twerking aspects because it's such a tight shot, it's probably a double.
you want 8 shots of what? I got it. 46 even, honey.
I mean, shots really aren't the hardest order to get, but this is like what like a first day on a service job is like. I mean, she didn't even get to inspect the bar. This is back when Irish step dancing was really in.
It's just a bar, Dad. Hold on a second.
How many shots are they gonna get of this poor actress's vagina?
Hi, you're the fashion coordinator? Luke told me to get you something that would make the kids drool.
This is a kind of like repeated style, the lighting style of top lighting, giving kind of a halo to the performers. If you watch like Bringing Out the Dead, for example, there's a lot of this going on with like Ralphie Richardson doing like a kind of blooming halo look. I remember this from back in the 90s, just how like movie soundtracks were just top 20s, top 40s like pop hits with like no cohesion whatsoever.
Because there's a really cute guy at the bar asking for you.
Is this actress actually probably not Russian, but Isabella Miko? She's Polish.
All right, listen up, ladies. The bidding will start at $25.
No way.
That's pretty cheap.
Oh, come on. All those women are lesbians. Was that Caitlin O'Connell? Not Caitlin O'Connell. Caitlin Olsen? Yeah, that's Caitlin Olsen. You see, you watch older movies, you get to see some of your favorite actors doing not worthwhile under fives.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm a songwriter, not a singer. All I ever really wanted is to stand in the dark and hear someone great singing my songs.
That's a nice sentiment. That's really different from how you'd usually conceptualize a protagonist in a movie. That's actually a really nice sentiment. I'm not going to begrudge the movie for this. The relationship she's cultivated with her mother has developed into this admiration for performers and wanting to write for performers, but not necessarily to be a performer. I hope she stays as like a songwriter and doesn't try and parlay that. The movie doesn't try and parlay that into her being a singer-songwriter.
So we're gonna have to try and fix this little problem straight away.
And how do you propose we do that?
Well, is there any place you feel comfortable singing?
No, it's the standard protagonist's journey to learn how to overcome this obstacle on her own, or with the help of her loved ones.
I know I just met you a few days ago. There's something I have to tell you. You smell really bad.
Well, so do you. I mean, I was gonna kiss you goodbye, but thought I might gag.
You're a real charmer. Okay, good night.
Well, have a nice day.
It's interesting. Their chemistry, like their romance, it's... I don't know if I'm being affected by knowing this is ghostwritten in part by Kevin Smith, but it's like overwritten to the degree that it's charming. They have a really nice rapport, but it feels to me more platonic than anything. They feel like good friends who maybe can have good sex every once in a while. Where's Tyra? Could she not work a lot of days? Is that Michael Bay? Having worked food service during Fleet Week, it really isn't that rough necessarily, but in a couple years, when they have to work fucking SantaCon, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's Michael Bay. The unfortunate conclusion to be led from this, based on the patrons being transfixed by her performance, you could draw the conclusion that do not occur at concerts. And that'll become the story that'll lead to the writing of this movie. It's like Cat's Cradle. It's recursing upon itself.
How about a big round of applause for the singing coyote from Jersey?
So I'm a coyote?
5 nights a week.
5 nights? She can make the money she needs in 4. No, don't do it this way! Oh, she's getting that urban flavor from living in the city.
Racing hard. Yep.
My entire body starts
There's
shaking,
Leo.
and everything gets
There's Fabio.
a bit cloudy.
How many shots are they gonna... Oh my god.
Clouds.
It's so close up that I'm assuming that it's gotta be a double. Oh my gosh. Is this PG-13? There are a lot of doubles in this movie. I guess I should have expected it, but there's so many inserts of like breasts and vaginas and butts. Yeah, Piper Pierabo's breasts are a different size than her sex scene breasts. 90s boobs. Nice. Different era. We weren't so vividly terrified of breasts, of nudity, the way we are now. Still afraid, but just not vividly afraid. Making out in Little Italy. They're all just looking at them, making out. I don't know how to explain it, but this feels very, like, Broadway to me. It might be because, like, the lead actor, Andy Garcia, did, like, musical theater in Australia, but also just, like, them playing baseball in Central Park, that's, like, that's a Broadway tradition. This she wears to play sports.
So was your mother afraid to try?
Look, I just want to be a songwriter. Why won't you give up on this?
Because I've been giving up on people.
That was a weird
my
shot.
entire
We'll go
life.
over that with a fine-tooth comb later. But the way that was like just like a longer shot on him, the way that it didn't have her mic in that, and there was a little bump on the camera.
Look who dropped by for a visit.
Hey, Tyra's back. Oh, I see. She left because she went to grad school. I see. Imagine grad school being cheap enough to afford doing a waitressing gig, a bartending gig, even at a popular New York place. Like, I don't know, cheaper higher education costs back in the late 90s. I like how much not fun they look like they're having in the wider shots. There's like really, really sexy close-ups, and in the wider shots, they just look like awkward as hell. I like what's kind of faintly in the periphery of this movie that will become more of an issue as the decades go on, if it hadn't already been an issue by this time, is the prevalence of yuppies in the bar. Just like junior execs, vice presidents, all those types that would eventually take over any semblance of culture in New York.
This is not about Lil. This is about you and this place.
This is my job.
It's a goddamn sandbox for you to stick your head in.
What is that supposed to mean?
The place is a joke.
And what would you have me do? Sing for quarters in the park?
Well, at least you'd be singing your own songs.
I told you I can't do that, so stop pushing.
I'm just asking you to...
It's very weird the way that Violet has, like, conversations, especially has arguments with the men in her life, with anybody in her life, really. But she has a very, very weird kind of conversational style. Part of it, I think, is Pierabo's line readings at this point in her career, but part of it's definitely the way that the dialogue is written. It's very kind of, like, staccato, declarative. It's a lot of kind of, like, this is going to sound obvious, but it's like a sentence upon a sentence upon a sentence, and they don't really build, but the thing is, they don't really build on each other. It's just like a declaration, and then another declaration, and another declaration.
The rules were simple, Jersey. I fired girls for a lot less.
What, so I can't have a boyfriend now? What kind of stupid shit is that?
Hey, this place is my home, and I'm not willing to risk everything I have on your personal life. It's business.
This is like the music industry itself. This is like K-pop. Not allowed to show you have a boyfriend. Capitalism everywhere you look.
I told you don't come down here. It's your wedding night.
Oh, are you kidding? That Danny's been in my family for 5 minutes.
Something I didn't really think about. Melanie Linsky. I think she looks great, but there's no way she would have had her hairstyle like that on her wedding day. Especially since she's from New Jersey.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't sing my songs. I was afraid.
Do you know why Mommy quit?
Yeah, she told me because she couldn't do it.
It's because she loved you too much. She wanted to take care of you.
Your mother on stage, oh, she was amazing.
But then she decided she wanted to take care of you.
She quit.
You.
Because of me.
Oh, okay.
Right after you were born, she told me she wanted to quit. And I let her. See, I knew how good she was, but I never told her. And I just went on and pretended that there was no other choice.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's like a really, really terrible thing to hide from the love of your life. They just brush right over that. He just completely squashed your dreams. That's a really bad revelation of character. Bowery Ballroom. I think that disc was upside down.
Yeah, I gotcha. So what do you say, Vi? How about another Yui?
It's a very strange set piece for this movie. To do 2 successive U-turns at the New Jersey Turnpike.
The Bowery Ballroom debut, Miss Violet Sanford.
Yeah, Bowery's kind of big.
I'm sorry.
That's like so dangerous. Don't do that. I'm pretty sure the house lights wouldn't just be controlled by like an actual like kill switch. Wait, isn't this like an actual song? I recognize that melody from somewhere. The way that they're responding makes sense for like a movie. You just want to keep it quiet and like not really respond, but like if this played to this little reaction in the Bowery Ballroom, that would be so deathly. That'd be like, I mean, it'd be like a couple of like openers that I've seen, but just like the audience is completely dead.
Okay, let's give a big Coyote welcome to Leanne Rhymes. You can try.
Okay, so that's a Leanne Rhymes song. Okay. It doesn't quite match the fever pitch of Purple Rain.
I'm gonna make every woman's night and auction off the most handsome little hottie in the place. Here he is, girls.
Yes! Oh my god, bid on John Goodman. Oh man. Yes! I mean, this is the ending that I really wanted out of this.
So tell me, what do you do when you realize all your dreams have come true?
I don't know why they chose to end this on like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory line, but okay. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, that's very... There's actually like a lot of things in here that were interesting to me. But yeah, I kind of wonder... Because like Kevin Smith was ghostwriting on this, I'm sure it really wasn't on his mind, but he really loves Prince and he loves Purple Rain. I wonder if like Purple Rain was on his mind when he wrote any of these scenes. The things I did like about this, I mean, like actresses in this are beautiful. I did like some of the very small like nods it gives to like actual New York settings and stuff, like Bowery Ballroom and Arlene's Grocery, and obviously Coyote Ugly was a real place. And for the most part, they actually maintained like geographical consistency. Like most of it actually took place like downtown in like Chinatown or in the Bowery or in the meatpacking district. So that was cool. I think something that I like kind of butt up against in this movie, it nudges right up against the edge of being like caricature and boisterousness, but it never reaches that point. So in that way, it's like a little bit disappointing. I was actually surprised by the sex being present in the movie, but it was a really small part of it. And that's like par for the course for the 90s, I think. Yeah, Alex Borstein was one of the bidders. I was wondering about that. She's I think she was on Mad TV, but she's also recently on Miss Maisel, Marvelous Miss Maisel. Yeah, there were a bunch of like New York regulars or New York casting offices kind of actors in this movie, and that was fun to see. The writer of the article this is based on wrote Eat, Pray, Love? What the hell? She used to be a bartender at Coyote Ugly? What? Carrie Fisher also wrote a draft? Okay. Apparently there were 8 writers on the various drafts of this film. I mean, I can kind of get that because it like reaches for a lot of different directions. Like the balance between it being a lighthearted comedy and it being needlessly grisly and rugged kind of portrayal of New York and the tribulations one might face on the road to ascension. There were kind of imbalances in tone, I'd say. Yeah, I'm glad after all these years I finally got this movie out of my system. I don't know what I would have made of this back in 2000, but it was an interesting capsule to see like what movies were like running up to the edge of 2000 and everything that a 90s movie would be until 9/11. Yeah, that was that was Coyote Ugly. I wouldn't say it's a good film, but it is a time capsule, definitely. Let me know if you've seen Coyote Ugly, I guess. Whatever. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And until next time, keep watching good movies.